Somebody's beeping and I accelerate. Remember I told you about they're still, they know that I'm recording, but they're still trying to get in any harassment they can. That right there, that's harassment. That's them trying to condition my mind to get upset by loud exhaust by making noises to startle me and then accelerating right after. Remember what I said about the stomp before the car goes down the road? So these people are pathetic. I mean, even with me recording, if I wasn't recording, they'd be doing it 10 times worse. But even with me recording, there's still waiting in the background to get any type of harassment they can in. Shadow of a doubt, probably the most pathetic thing I've ever seen in my life. They have a bunch of things they used to harass me with. One of their favorite things to do is loud noise to startle you, and then the car accelerating right after. That's them conditioning my mind to get upset by cars. Once they've conditioned my mind to get upset by cars, they'll send people with loud engines and blast it in your face as much as they can. You could tell, I'm a guy that loves to drive fast and stuff too, and I know what they're doing. And basically what they'll do is they'll say you're going to punch it and you're in second or third gear, and it's a time where you're supposed to shift, right? They'll redline it and not shift, which is really risking a lot of damage to their motor with those motorcycles. And you could tell, you'll wait and wait for them to shift, and they won't, and they're just keeping it at red line to shove that loud exhaust in your face that they've conditioned you to be upset by how I just mentioned, to upset you as much as they can. They're just rubbing it in my face. And not only that, but there's newborns here trying to sleep. There's people that have pets. A pet's hearing is so much more sensitive than ours. And you can hear they're upsetting a lot of people. Dogs start barking. People start getting upset. They don't care. It's all just to harass me. Which is one of the things that they do. The other thing that they do is, as soon as I step outside my house, they have somebody that's always creeping by. They're not doing it right now because I'm recording, but if I wasn't recording, they do it. And that's just their way of letting you know, hey, we're watching you, we're stalking you. And of course, when you drive around, anywhere you go, they follow you. They set off car alarms as soon as you walk outside the threshold of your door to let you know, hey, we're watching your front door. They stop the car alarm as soon as you enter the threshold of, like, for example, if you exit your car, they'll set the car alarm off as soon as you close your door. Like, you're at Walmart, as soon as you're walking to Walmart, they'll have the car alarm going the whole time. As soon as you enter the threshold of, like, that Walmart door, they'll stop it. They're just letting you know we're watching you. And they're using that as a form of psychological you know, just to try to terrorize somebody and ruin their life day after day. These people are completely pathetic. And I'm just recording them for peace of mind. Because if I wasn't, trust me, they would be making all types of noise, sending all types of people to make noise. And I mean, they don't care because we're poor. I get it. You know, we live in a low-class neighborhood here, so what do we matter? We're just nobody, right? But these rich neighborhoods and stuff, they wouldn't do that stuff there. Because they're sensitive, don't you know? They're first-class citizens. They're important. They're better than us. That's the way they think. They wouldn't be doing this in the North End. They wouldn't be doing this in Great Bridge, Wagamar, Sandbridge. The residents wouldn't tolerate it, but we tolerate it because we're poor. There's nothing we can do about it, right? And you just listen. Use your own common sense. It's just common sense, you know. There's a difference between enjoying the performance of your motorcycle or loud car or whatever, and basically making as much noise as you can with it to annoy other people. I got a fast car right here. It's quite loud. It's got a loud exhaust on it, and I'm not trying to shove my loud exhaust notes in everybody's face. As a matter of fact, I don't even want you to know that I'm there. There's a difference, and you can feel it. You can just, the energy and everything. I mean, it's not paranoia if it's actually happening. So, be paranoid because it's happening. Your government is watching you very closely and are conducting psyops on you to, if you have a problem, if you become a threat to them, become an activist, if you push back, they can watch. They can get into your phone. They can do just about anything. And when things like this start happening in our own country, in America, you realize you're not living in America really anymore. You're living in like a Stasi East German police state. And that's not American at all. That's why they hide it, because they can go to prison for doing that type of stuff. And that's the last thing they want, is everybody to know exactly what they're doing. So that's why as soon as I start recording, it stops. So they try to sneak it in there because they think everybody's stupid. It's not that people are stupid, they just don't know or conceive that people would be pathetic enough to do things like that. And that's all that really is. That's our government for you. That's what our government does. It's truly sickening. We live in a modern, civilized society where we're supposed to be spreading positive energy, positive vibes. Life is already more difficult, you know, as it is enough. It's really wise to make things more difficult for each other. No, it really doesn't. These people are the exact opposite of that. They're an enemy to the American people, to American freedom, to good and positive prosperity, people who strive for goodness, because that's something they certainly don't. They're professional liars. They're just totally evil. Ever since I put in a complaint against that judge in New York, which they're trafficking kids there, straight up, RICO violations, racketeering. I put in an additional complaint against the judge and the sheriff's office for sexually harassing my wife in court, and now we've been placed under surveillance and being terrorized and stalked and harassed everywhere we go for the past 7 years. Isn't that very American, huh? No, definitely not. As you can see now, it's very quiet. Ain't got shit to say. Shit to do. They're pussies, man. they have no shame and no honor. They'll do something to make you feel uncomfortable, but as soon as that phone comes out, they'll put their car in gear and get the hell out of there. Quick as hell. I don't know what he's talking about. He's crazy. Nobody's messing with him. They gaslight. They do everything that evil people do. They lie. People that are psychopaths, narcissists, they have those qualities. It's your government for you. Worst enemies I've ever had in my life. I've had some pretty bad enemies in my life that came and done had some wars with certain people, some bad people. But these people top the list of some of the. I've been locked up in Virginia Beach City Jail. I've been in the hole. I've been locked up with some of the worst this entire city. And I have never seen such evil and such scum until I've dealt with these people. And these people truly have a special place in hell reserved just for them. And it clearly says in the Bible they do. So I'm just being really patient about it, because if you ask me, all the things that they're doing is just their own self-undoing. I work and strive for goodness and positivity in my life. I'm good to others. I don't do evil things. I don't lie to people. I don't cheat. I don't steal. And I forgive other people when they do me wrong. It's a lot more than I could say for any of these people. There's no redeeming them. They're tyrants. They're evil. They're totally evil. There we go. Did we do this one yet? Yeah, we got it. We got this one. Torqued. The last two. Last three, excuse me. And we're just going to take this off to a mechanic shop, since it wanted to jump time on us, and have a professional mechanic install a new timing chain set. Since this motor is going to have to come out to do that, I do not have an engine puller to pull the motor to do that. So, but this thing will be just fine. No engine damage occurred. There's no bent valves. So the rockers are still on the keepers. So we just made a little boo-boo, and this little setback here will be all right. This right here is doing the forever yeet on me. Come on, get that torque. Yeah, there we go. There's 90 foot-pounds. This one has a stripped bolt thread in it, which I don't give a crap as long as it bolts up. You could actually get away with some stripped heads that you can't apply, threads that you can't apply torque to. Sometimes if there's not heat there, Loctite can fix the issue. If not, you could do a helicoil, which is more of an intensive repair. But often you can just really tighten the other bolts around it, and you won't suffer much of a leak. And I'm loving the way this new valve cover looks. It just looks wonderful. It just gives the engine bay a nice complement, matches the outside color. There is some orange peel on it here, but it's engine paint. Doesn't need to be perfect. Or valve cover. And the brand new coils look awesome. When we get this thing running, it's going to run really nice during boost weather. These people follow me around. They might want to get a faster car. They're total losers too. They follow you around traffic. They do things to try to race with you and turn our streets into a track. They cheat to win. They don't understand clear rules of racing, and that you're not supposed to jump or roll. They just play stupid games in traffic and call themselves winners because of it. Really, if you ask me, that kind of stuff just makes us car guys look really bad. It makes us all look just really stupid. And here's the last bolt. Perfectly at 90. I'm loving the way this looks. I just wanted to. Well, after we get the new timing chain set, it's going to be nice and quiet. That's why I was running so loud. It's not because the exhaust is actually supposed to be pretty quiet. It's a timing chain slapping against the guide there. Bark, 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 bark. You can hear them in the background revving away. A lot of these people are unemployed, so they could just cruise around all day in their noise machines, which is pretty much what they are, noise machines. Look underneath the hood of most of these so-called rice rockets that they got, and you'll see pretty much a short ram cold air intake, maybe a header, just like a bolt-on car with nothing really significant done underneath the hood, which might have gained them a total of like 20 horsepower maybe. Looked nice on the outside, like they did in spoiler and wing and all that nice stuff, but under the hood they didn't do too much. In the car world, we call people like that ricers, rice rockets. Me, see, I'm the opposite. I'd rather put all my work under the hood, and I'd rather have a car that looks like a piece of crap on the outside but is actually really fast than a car that looks really fast but isn't really fast at all. But that's just me. I get a car, the first thing I start doing is engine work, stuff under the hood to make it faster. Suspension mods, brakes, tires, boost, larger head and cams. Other people, they put spoiler and body kit and make their car look fast, but they cut corners, they cut their coil springs instead of buying coilovers or shocks and springs. Ooh. You could actually apply a lot more torque to these than just what they tell you. It's just they really don't want you breaking or cracking these things, which it's going to take a lot more than that to crack them. 100 foot-pounds is just fine. It says 89, I went to 100. That's fine. These coils look absolutely delicious. Underneath my hood right now, it looks like Skittles. A bag of Skittles. Can't wait to have this thing back on the road. And that Camaro Z28 I got sitting there too. I can't wait to have that. I miss that car a lot. That thing's got a 350 in it. That thing's nice. And it has some stuff done to it too. This needs a new engine. Pick and pull or something. Facebook Marketplace. Some good seller that ain't gonna screw you over and to sell you an engine with a spun rod or something. Like that one already has. Come on. There we go. Perfect. Easy. I'm gonna go ahead and put the oil catch can back on, even though it's gonna need to come right back off. I'll let the mechanic figure all that out. left him a set of instructions on how to figure this car out. So you give him mechanics a modified car that you built yourself. Like, hey, what the hell's going on here? To send him a diagram of the pulley setup and everything. It's definitely not stock. All right. There we go. Yep, perfect. All right. Yeah, we had it right the first time. Let's go ahead and install the oil catch can for now. There's a 10mm bolt right here. Hold this sucker on. There we go. I really wanted this hose. You don't want this hose to interfere with the, yeah. It's a oil catch can from Evil Energy. Evil Energy. Alright. So, yep, that'll be fine. And this may jump and smack against the supercharger pulley, but it'll just come off of it. I'm eventually gonna zip tie this down somewhere. Probably to AC coolant line right here. But I'm just gonna leave it there for now until after everything's put back together, and then we'll do that then. Like I said, if you just knew, like if you could see just how pathetic these people are, like you would be like, this is the wackest, stupidest, childish thing I've ever seen in my life. It really, yeah, it is. It really is. I mean, who would do that? Who would waste a huge chunk of their life and spend that much money and that much time and that much energy just to cause psychological distress to somebody? Day after day after day after day. If you want to kill somebody, just get it over with. They don't want to kill. I mean, they do want to. They do want to kill you, but they'd rather burn an ant under a micro, you know, or a magnifying lens rather than just squash it. Like I said, man, they're evil. They are evil. They enjoy the suffering of others, and some of them are ashamed of themselves. Some of them. Many of them, they don't have any shame. It takes, you know, a lot of the corruption and stuff within our government, those positions are fulfilled only for like people with a certain dark triad personality complex. It takes a psychopath or an evil person to violate the rights of other people for a living as per office policy. I mean, it takes an evil person to, you know, to do those types of things, to fulfill those roles, to fulfill those positions. Normal good people just wouldn't do it. They would quit. They wouldn't do it. So, and a lot of those positions that they have, they're like a revolving door where people come in with good intentions, like the whole trafficking of kids up there. They join CPS to help families, and they see, oh, we're trafficking kids. I'm not doing this. And some of them, half of them, most of them are like, I ain't doing this. Like you saw that lady on the internet that I interviewed. Some of them stick it in and say, I'm evil now. I'll do it for the money. And ain't nothing changed. It's all good though. It's their own, it's what they're doing to themselves, to their own souls. It's their choice what they're doing. They're doing it to themselves. Because they could do it to us here for a period of time, and we'll put up with it. But when God's wrath comes for them, it's going to be very brutal. And even those that hated them once will look at them with pity. That's a fact. And they did it, that's their own doing, their own self-doing, their own evil deeds that brought them to their own fate. That's it. That looks really nice. Yeah, that looks great. That looks awesome. Perfect. Oh, that's it. Might tighten this bolt just a little bit more. Get it. Add some torque into it. Just make sure that thing don't move. Yes. It's all gravy. And the same, I can recognize the same. I think that's a Mustang in the background. 5.0 Coyote. Same one I heard yesterday. Making all types of noise. It's all good though. I'm just finishing. Yeah, I don't care if people are doing it in their own fun. But we're doing that shit on purpose to annoy somebody. That's how they pass laws in New York against loud exhaust. It's called the Sleep Act. Modify your exhaust in any way, you face $1,000 fine. The police pull you over, which they can't do. They haven't done it in Virginia, but people keep doing shit like that. Making noise on purpose. People are going to start complaining. People will start passing legislation, and it's going to ruin things for the rest of us, all of us. But, hey, what do I know, huh? Trees here in Virginia really got some pollen leaves and stuff. Flowers. Yeah, this is supposed to be the vent for your and your collar. This is where heat is drawn in. Cabin filter there. Yeah, you get a vacuum to all that. Shop vacuum. We're done. Check it out. let's put this. That's what I'm talking about. Good. This car is, if it was in time, which it isn't, it'd be ready to go. It's all good though. We are done. I don't have to mess with this thing any further today. Focus more on my garden. It needs, plants are probably dying for water. I think that's everything. And look guys, I'm being followed inside. Guys, check out my beautiful garden. Isn't it nice? My nice, oh yeah, I'm being followed back inside. Yeah, my beautiful garden here. This is my nice hibiscus plant. Isn't it lovely? These zinnias are so pretty. Scumbag. And grab the engine as soon as I open the doors, you. I'm so cool. Oh, don't forget to do it again. Oh, I'm coming to my door this time. We got to do it again. Make sure we got to know when he comes inside and outside his house.